Welcome to Shifting Impressions, Conversations with the Realm of Beings, with me, Gretta Chamberlain, and the Realm of Beings. Shifting Impressions, which is one of the vehicles that supports the transmission of the Realm of Beings, is here to assist you in delving into your being by providing numerous topics and discussions for you to intake as you deepen your connection with your inner world. Shifting Impressions is here to assist you in strengthening yourself as you excavate to understand your true nature. Join us today and learn to shift your mindset, shift your thoughts, and shift your focus to recreate your life and produce a new you. Shifting Impressions starts now.
Well, good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet called Earth. I'm Kathleen Lee, the original, coming to you live and in living color from Philadelphia. And I'm here with Greta and, of course, the Realm of Beings. And each week, as you know, our faithful listeners, we are given a quote by the Realm, and Greta and I discuss the quote, and then the last 30 minutes, the Realm comes on and expounds upon that. We are happy that you are here with us once again to learn how you can create and change your own reality, to create the beautiful, wonderful life that you wish to experience, whether it's one that Greta wants to experience or not, because you might think, I don't know, whatever you're doing is fun for you and it's okay. Uh, but anyway, we're also excited, and don't forget, Alan Steinfeld will be teaching remote viewing. So if you want to review or excuse me, if you want to view some of those aliens that are coming remotely and just prepare yourself, that's kind of like what he's talking about in his book, Making Contact, that's behind me. We also have Greta's book, Awakened Hearts, back there. And so for the entire month, however, we are giving you the wonderful opportunity to be on the show with us, but you must go to the link that you'll find on the bottom of this podcast. So you just click on it and sign up, and it's over in 2 seconds, and they'll send you a link to join us. It's 2 hours. It's September 4th and September the 11th, and all the information is there. And you will be able to interact with Alan, Greta, and myself and learn how to do remote viewing. Without further ado, Greta, are you ready?
I'm ready to go, Kathleen.
Well, I took piano lessons and I always wanted to be this really big, you know, pianist kind of a person and sing, but it didn't work out
Hmm.
because I didn't practice. I also thought I was going to be, I don't know, a model or a movie star or something like that, but that didn't work out because I didn't practice. So today we're going to learn why it's important to practice the tools you need to change your reality and why practicing doing that is important. I know we've talked about it a lot, Greta, and I know I've explained to the audience how I practice certain things like loving myself unconditionally. But today's quote from the realm is tools to change your reality. There are many ways to change your thoughts and emotions, which create your reality. And one of the ways is to practice. So today you're going to learn a lot of the different techniques on how to change your reality from Greta, myself, and then finally the realm of being. So please get your paper and pad ready, and away we go.
Absolutely. I think that this, Kathy, I think that this podcast today is really important because a lot of people remember when we were in California for the first year we were there, the Consciousness Life, and we had a lecture that taught that out. What was Focus for Change, it was called. Focus for Change 1.
Correct.
And one of the gentlemen expressed himself to you specifically at our table and at our booth, and you shared it with me. And he said that was the first time he had been given an opportunity to learn how. to change his reality. That most places where you go, they talk about change your thoughts, change your emotions, but they don't show you how to do that.
No,
And that's what we're coming to do today. I thought it was really great that the realm decided that they wanted to give share, we share with the people that we facilitate for, but this time it gives us a chance to share with the people that listen to our podcast. So there are ways that you can change your thoughts and change your emotions, because the thoughts and the emotions, and I'm sure the realm is going to say this as well, that the thoughts and the emotions are what create your reality. Okay. And what is reality? Reality is everything that you personally experience in your life. And I know Kathy's going to be sharing some of her experiences, which I think are great. She's got a PowerPoint that she teaches from for that. It's as funny as I don't know what, but it's great. I know she'll share some of the thoughts from that with you. But I want to say that you don't have to stay where you are. You're never stuck. And we've taught that on the podcast before. You are never stuck. You just have to change what you're going to think. But say, how do you do that?
exactly.
One
How?
one way that we give is for you to write, like Kathy said, and for those of you who are driving, listening to us, play this podcast over again so that when you're at home, you'll be able to write it. So write down some of the suggestions. But one of them is the 7-word technique. The 7-word technique. And that is where we ask you, no, I don't think that's not it. That's something else.
Oh,
That 7-word technique, Kathy, is in Focus for Change 2.
oh, okay. Because this is
That's Focus for Change 1 that you showed.
okay.
And it's kind of light too when you show it, so it's hard for us to see it.
Oh, I was just okay.
Right, I know. And we thank you for that. But the thing is, 7-word technique means you got to sit down wherever you sit, where you get inspiration, um, and write down 7 positive words. So we're gonna have Kathy do that real quick. Give us 7, write them down, Kathy, and give us 7 positive words just from you.
Joy.
Are you writing it down? Because we're gonna come back to it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I
So,
didn't, to the audience, I didn't tell Kathy she was going to do this. So we got to give her just a little bit of time just to get on the roll with that.
but as a Girl Scout, I'm always prepared.
All right, good. So number 1 was joy. Give us 6 more going straight down, and then you can tell us as you write it, what's number 2?
Peace,
Okay.
love of self, confidence,
She's thinking. If you don't see it, she's got her eyes looking up and she's really rolling them.
I'm rolling them out. I'm rolling them out. So I need 3 more positive words about myself. Let's see. Um,
Amazing.
yeah, I am amazing. I'm confident, amazing. I am safe. I am brilliant.
There you go. Is that your 7?
Yep.
Read them all to us one more time so we can get the whole flow.
Joy, peace, love of self, confidence, amazing, safe, and brilliant.
There you go. Now, If let's pretend you were Kathy. Notice she created her own words. So what's the first word again, Kathy?
Joy.
Joy. Now, this is where the practice comes in. And this is where you're going to be conscious of practicing this on purpose. See, a lot of times we wait to be joyful. I'm going to the family picnic. My friend is taking, he and I are going out to the movies, or I'm going out to lunch with my girlfriend, or I'm going to play golf with my friend. We think of those things as bringing us joy, okay? But we don't do it on purpose. We're doing it passively. This exercise is going to help you to be conscious of the reality that you are creating. This is part of the practice, being conscious of that. So your first one was joy, right, Kathy? Okay,
Correct.
that's her first day. There's 7 words because each day of the week you're going to practice that. So she's going to practice joy in her life all day long and on purpose. What am I going to put in my life on Monday? Or even if you start on Wednesday, you're still going to do it 7 days. If you start on Thursday, you're going to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay? So it doesn't matter in the week where you start. You're going to be starting today, which is Friday. So from Friday to next Friday, you're going to practice each one of your 7 words. So joy. What am I going to do to make myself joyful? And you're not going to just do one thing, because you're going to think joy for yourself all day long. What am I doing? Some people go and say they want to have pedicures. Kathy, give us an idea. What do you think you would do to be joyful? And I'll give mine.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna go to. I'm going to go out to dinner, and I am not going to look at the calories.
So that's going to make you joy.
It'll make me a little chubby, but it's also going to fill me with joy.
I love it. I love it. Now, see, with me, I like flowers. I like flowers. I gotta, go out and get roses or a mixture of flowers and put flowers around my house. That brings me joy. And you know what else brings me joy? I love those candles, those 3-wick candles. And I put them in, they have the scent that goes out. There are different kinds you can purchase. Lavender smell, ocean smell. One was champagne smell. Yes, doggy. I had that. And the smell goes over the house, and I go over sometimes and I look at the candle. I see it burning 3 wicks. I say, oh, this is beautiful. It looks beautiful to me. My flowers look beautiful. I have a whole set sitting on my kitchen table right now. So I look out there and say, oh, those are so beautiful. So different things. We want you, when you write your 7 words, we want you to practice. And you don't practice them all together now.
No,
No.
each one. So, for example, the second thing I'm going to do that I find joyful is after I eat that lunch, I will probably go to the little boutique that I love and see what's hanging on the rack, because nothing brings me joy than finding another cute little outfit that I can put on to make myself feel beautiful.
There you go. There you go. For me, it will be putting on music, to listen to music, you know. So, and what's your second word, Kathy?
My second word is peace.
So now everybody, you're going to practice. Kathy, will practice peace, but your second day is going to be different. You don't need to put down the words that she said. Create your own words. create your own words. But notice, if Kathy's doing this 7-day exercise, she's only going to practice joy on the first day. After
That's,
she practices joy on the first day, then she moves to the second day and she's going to focus on peace.
and so I might focus on not watching any news at all.
Right.
I might also focus on going to my little gym and sitting in the hot tub and just doing my we love ourselves unconditionally, doing my affirmations, because that puts me in a peaceful space before I uh, work on doing my water aerobics, whatever I'm going to do.
Right. So, but notice I'm going to impress upon the audience that you only do one word a
One
day
word.
and
I'm
don't skip. Don't go to 1 and then go to 5. I want to do 3. No, you go straight on down the row. And you know how many times you're going to do that? We find that it works when you really well, when you do it for 3 weeks. Yep,
the
3 weeks.
same, the same. So that means that next Friday I'm going to practice joy again all day long. That Saturday I'm going to practice peace. The next day, Sunday, I'm going to practice loving myself
Absolutely.
unconditionally. So that's how that goes. And it does make a difference because we are training or retraining our unconscious. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful tool. And sometimes I don't even realize that I'm doing it because it just becomes so natural. You know what I mean? It just you learn how to just change. I've learned how to, you'll hear me say now, I've learned to change my thoughts, change my reality. If I don't like something, I'm going to change my reality. And I was facilitating for someone yesterday, and we had a very interesting conversation. And he or she, whatever, they really are working on practicing loving themselves unconditionally. But my job as a facilitator is to help guide them like we're doing now. So when we give you suggestions, and we only give suggestions, right, Greta? Uh,
Absolutely.
uh, they work. They work when you work it, they work. They work. When you stop working it, they don't. They stop working. So for those of you that don't know, I kept saying I'm experiencing, when I was practicing loving myself, uh, I, I wanted to be balanced. And that was one of the ones years ago, Greta. And so I had to say I'm experiencing with walking with balance, being balanced, whatever it was. And I don't need the rollator anymore. I'm off of that.
Right.
So I had to put the work in. Didn't happen like that, but I changed my thoughts and I changed my reality. I decided I was not going to be using that walker for the rest of my life. And I didn't.
Right. Absolutely. And I can attest to that. So that is the 7-word uh, tool, the 7-word tool for you to practice consciously, not just letting anything happen, consciously doing that. Now, let me say this to you, and this happens with some people. They'll tell me, Kathy, I'll say, how well did you did? How well did you do? Well, I did 3, and then I just didn't do any more. I said, so where'd you stop? I stopped at this word. Well, you know what it is? It turns out that that's a word
Word that
that they're finding it challenging to
challenging.
do. So they avoid it. So they avoid it. So if you see yourself stopping, don't just stop to stop, but examine, why are you stopping? Where did you stop? So you're going to learn a lot about yourself. And one of the things that you're going to learn is that maybe I don't love myself as much as I thought because I stopped at I love myself unconditionally. And then you make the excuses. Oh, well, I just didn't have time.
There
I,
you
I had to do so and so and so and so.
Or
So,
I need a little more time. I just need a little more time. And that was the conversation I was having with the person, with my participant. I mean, the person was like, well, I couldn't watch any of the videos on how to eat healthy, even though you said that's what you wanted to do. But why are you avoiding watching that? So we were unpacking why you shut down when it comes to watching something that will actually support you in removing the challenge, physical challenges or medical challenges you are creating for yourself. And so, look, it's up to the person, it's up to the individual. You want to change. If you don't like it, then you can change it. But it works. All I can tell you is that when you use it, when you do it, when you follow what the realm says, it works. The other thing that we gave tools are the QDRs, right, Greta?
right. QDR. And we might not hear from the realm today because in 3 minutes we're supposed to take a break. And I really they're with us anyway. And I
Oh,
really
okay.
want to get through these tools today.
Okay. That works for
So
me.
one of them, like Kathy said, is QD, D as in dog, R as in rabbit, Q as in quick. So what it stands for is quick, displace, replace. Quick, displace, replace. And Kathy, let's go to break. And because we only have 2 minutes before we break, let's break now and come back and do the QDR.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Well, let me see. I'm going to practice reminding the audience to please like and share us on all of your social media, to please remember to join us September 4th and the 11th and register to be with Alan and Greta and myself and learn remote viewing. It's a fabulous way of expanding your consciousness, and it's just going to be off. It's just going to be off the chain, off the chain. Alan is a marvel, a marvel, marvel, marvel. And let me see. I really don't have anything else to say, Greta, except
Okay.
I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah.
That's you too, audience. You too. I haven't forgotten about you.
Awakened Hearts, Stories of Embracing Light, Love, and Limitless Possibilities is a powerful collection of real-life stories from 32 conscious leaders and spiritual seekers. From overcoming trauma to rediscovering purpose, these journeys will stir your soul and spark your own healing. Gretta Chamberlain, host of Shifting Impressions, is one of the inspiring voices in this must-read anthology. Go to Amazon now and get your copy of Awakened Hearts. Your light is waiting.
Still working on sharing tools on how to change and create the reality that you want with Greta. So, without further ado, Greta, we're going to go back and have you talk about QDRs, quick displace replace.
Right. Now, the wonderful thing about the quick displace replace that the realm of beings has given us is that this is a way to get rid of low vibrational emotions. What are low vibrational emotions? Hate, anger, feeling unworthy, etc. Things like that. Okay. And we bring those emotions into our lives because it helps us, it supports us in learning lessons. But let's say you're in a lesson that you know you're tired of. I'm tired of this. So then you can use the quick displace replace to get rid of it. Let's just say I'm having angst issues with my uncle. I just cannot get along with that person. He's my mother's brother. He and I, we just butt heads. Okay? So if you're butting heads with somebody, guess what? You created to butt the head. That's where you got, that's one thing about this work is you got to take responsibility for what you're personally experiencing. You can't take responsibility for somebody else's reality. The only person that you can take responsibility for is you. Okay? Only you. So let's say angst. I got angst with Uncle Sam. Okay?
Can we make it Uncle Joe?
Okay. Uncle Joe. All right. So it begins with I am experiencing. So everybody write this down on your paper. I am experiencing. Releasing all. Now this is where you can put your own nuances in. You can say I'm releasing all emotions and thoughts, or you can write I'm releasing all thoughts and emotions. It doesn't matter. They're going to still work. So whichever way you feel comfortable with, emotions and thoughts or thoughts and emotions. I feel more comfortable with emotions and thoughts. So I'm going to explain this through my view. Okay. So I am experiencing, releasing all emotions and thoughts that support me in creating and maintaining angst with my Uncle Joe. Now that's the displace. Now, sometimes the angst is meaning, just it's a combination of all those things, how I'm being annoyed. Or I could have said the word annoyed. Okay? You can put anything after creating and maintaining. You can put anything in there. Let's say that you had a disagreement with your wife this morning. So you can say, I am experiencing releasing all emotions and thoughts that support me in creating and maintaining being upset with my wife this morning. Okay? That's
I
what
love myself unconditionally.
that's the replace. What Kathy just said is the replace. Now, the important part is maybe we don't know all the low vibrational emotions that we feel when my wife told me she didn't love me today or she didn't like me, okay? Or Uncle Joe, I don't know all of the emotions that I have about my relationship with my Uncle Joe, but I covered it. I covered it when I said I am experiencing releasing all. That word all is it's really important. I am experiencing releasing all emotions and thoughts. That means the ones you don't even know that you got. That I am experiencing releasing all emotions and thoughts that support me. So you're being supported by these things. Support me in creating and maintaining. Maybe you got digestive issues. Creating and maintaining digestive issues. And then what Kathy said, replace. I love myself unconditionally.
Yeah, that's what came to me, Greta, that can also not just be against the person, you have a challenge with the person, but a physical challenge or a medical challenge. And I think the audience, like the one that we have, I'm experiencing releasing all emotions and thoughts that support me in creating and maintaining deep sorrow, pre-diabetic and diabetes. I love myself unconditionally.
Absolutely.
And so if you have diabetes or you're pre-diabetic, that covers that because they're mental equivalencies to the illnesses. But if you don't know the mental equivalencies, you can still say, uh, without saying deep sorrow, all pre-diabetic and diabetic conditions. Or if you have cancer, or, um, like you said, digestive challenges.
Right, right. Because we have people that we work with, that we facilitate for, because you might call it healing work. And Kathy and I both do that. Um, so we suggest to and we call them participants. So we suggest that our participants use these QDRs. And people are using these QDRs. They know the doggone things work. I'm experiencing, releasing all emotions and thoughts that support me in creating and maintaining cancer. I love myself unconditionally.
Obesity,
Right. Parkinson's disease.
Parkinson's disease,
Right. Even emotional traumas, depression.
depression.
I am experiencing, releasing all emotions and thoughts that support me in creating and maintaining feeling depressed
Or lonely.
or lonely. I love myself unconditionally. Because, see, when you practice loving yourself and you're saying that, that helps you to get rid of those low vibrational emotions that you are storing. And the QDR is great. But I want to say this to you. When you say it, you're going to get instantaneous relief. That's what it does. It just stops it right there. However, if it comes back, that means that you're giving more energy to have the thing you want to get rid of. You're giving it more energy instead of putting the energy in the QDR to get rid of it. So just be aware of that.
And Greta, point of
Mhm.
ask you a question because um, you can say the QDR and just piggybacking on what you're saying. You're trying to get rid of, let's say, a medical, let's say let's say the shuffle from Parkinson's disease. You could say all the QDRs about you releasing all thoughts and emotions to get rid of the Parkinson's disease. But what happens if someone says, I'm experiencing being happy with the body that I have?
That is you moved into affirmations. You moved
Yeah,
into
but what happened
affirmations.
was, aren't they undoing? To me, it was like, it's like, are you saying that when you're saying that, what do you mean? Because if you're happy with the body that, in other words, the QDR, can it be undone with an affirmation like that? That's the question.
If you say that I'm happy with the body that I have, that's where you want to be.
Okay, that might be where you want to be, but suppose you are, if you want to expand on whether or not you're being happy with the body that you have, are you happy with the body that you have with the PD, or are you happy with the healthy body? Can't you say I'm experiencing loving and being happy with a healthy body that I have?
Absolutely.
Because if you say
Absolutely.
I'm happy with the body that I have, I mean, you might have a body with no head, and if you're happy with it, energy's going to let you keep it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've moved now into affirmations,
Oh, I
and
didn't mean to do that quickly, but I'm just saying, you don't,
that's a
when
good
you're talking about
segue.
undoing it.
That's a good segue. But there's one thing that goes along with what you just said, Kathy, and that is watch what you say. Watch what you say and watch what you think. Somebody said to me, "Oh, I'm going crazy." I said, "Don't say that." That's a simple thing that we say, "Oh, this is making me crazy." You don't realize that your unconscious is taking that in, even though your conscious thought of that is that's making me crazy. We understand that as English. In English, we understand what that means. But see, we had a podcast on energy. How do you talk the language of energy?
Exactly.
You know, so energy is just going to be point blank, take it for what you say it to be.
And that's why I brought that up because the person's doing the QDR. I'm experiencing releasing all emotions and thoughts that support me in creating, maintaining, blah, 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 blah. And then I said, how long have you been saying? Oh, for 10 years. So we're working on removing this. And you're saying you're happy with the condition that you have. Basically, is what you're telling the energy. So your body's not going to release it
Absolutely.
because you're confusing the energy's going, but he's happy with it.
Absolutely. Because there are two things that you use that are assisting you and supporting you in your creation of reality. It's your unconscious that holds everything. Because you don't hear anybody going around saying, "Give me cancer, give me cancer, give me." You have never heard anybody say that, but people experience it because cancer is a form of holding on to little hurts and it's stockpiled. So the unconscious then says through another network, which we don't have time to talk about right now, but it says, "Oh, this person is holding on to little hurts, doesn't want to let it go, keeps blaming people for their own reality that they are creating. So let's show them that. Let's give cancer to the person." But it's going to say, "Let's give cancer to the breast." And then it's going to say, "But let's give cancer to the left breast." Because what is breast? Breast is nurturance. So you're hurt because you haven't felt nurtured in your life. It's left, so it shows that by another female, it could even be yourself, that you haven't nurtured yourself enough, you see. So there's a lot of ways with that. I guess Kathy and I were talking about certain diseases, challenges, diseases, I should say. But the bottom line is that use the QDR to start your journey on consciously, not just going to the doctor, not just uh, uh, repairing your relationship with Uncle Joe, but to actually consciously start being aware that it's your emotions and your thoughts that are supporting the reality in the first place.
And you know that you're getting there when something's happened to you, instead of going like Donald Duck, all of a sudden you stop and go, wait a minute, why am I experiencing this? And that
Absolutely.
comes from practicing. But Greta, let me ask you a question. Huh? Is it okay for me to use other people's affirmations that I see online or anything? So let's say they say, I am happy.
Oh, you're segueing into it, Kathy. That's great. We're segueing into looking at affirmations and seeing if they're stagnant or dynamic. Kathy said, I am happy. Okay, so you're happy. You're happy for 2 minutes. Something happens and now you're unhappy. So your chances of continuing to be happy can stop, you see. But we want your affirmations to be like that ever ready battery. It keeps going, 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 going. That's where you want your affirmations to be. They keep going, 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 going. So if you make it more dynamic, you have a better opportunity of keeping that affirmation going, 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 going. So
And
what's
keeping
the
that happiness.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's a word in any language, I don't care what language you speak, but there's a word that in English is called experiencing. You notice we put it in the QDR. I am experiencing releasing all emotions. So it's that kind of ever ready battery, keeps going. So I am experiencing being happy.
Now, question, can I go online and find someone else's affirmation that they wrote and use that one? Or is it better to write one of your own using the formula, always starting, I am experiencing, or I am experiencing being?
I've used other people's uh, affirmations. I have, but one thing I have found is that when you can develop your own, it's a stronger, more energy to it.
Right,
You're putting yourself in it. You're putting your emotions into the development of that affirmation. So it's going to have a stronger, it's going to be more intense.
right. And so also, if I see an affirmation, I say, you know what? I like the way that sounds. However, I know that instead of saying I am, let's say I am intelligent, I might say I'm experiencing being intelligent. Or if I say I am divine, no, I'm experiencing being divine. I know to add I am experiencing to create that ever ready divinity, that
Right,
brilliance. So if you're going to use someone else's affirmation, um, to make it more yours and to add more energy and more kick to it, follow what this realm is suggesting and what Greta is suggesting, which is to add I am experiencing, because a lot of people have the Louise Hay book, and she had some really nice affirmations, and I forgot the other woman, Buried Feelings Never Die, whatever that book is. But
and Martell.
yeah,
Don't forget,
Martell, right.
yeah,
Always
Encyclopedia of
I
Ailments.
always add I am experiencing, because that
Absolutely.
keeps it going. I am experiencing being healthy. I'm experiencing um, eating healthy, because that's going to trigger me. Because if I want to eat healthy, I can't eat that Popeyes chicken. I'm not going to want it. That's the other thing I was trying to explain. If I want to eat, if I'm changing, if I'm experiencing being a healthy eater, and I say that, I'm not going to choose something that's not going to make me healthy. Or if I keep
Okay,
saying,
well, we're not going to wait a minute now. We're not going to talk about Popeyes. You already put that out there. We're not going to talk about that brand. What we're going because you can eat Popeyes chicken and be just as happy.
Oh, okay. All
If
right.
you believe that that is good for you, if you believe that that's great chicken, you're going to enjoy it immensely and it will do just great things for you.
Well, I do eat a Popeye, but I'm just trying to use it as an
Yeah,
example.
but we don't want to get into that, Kathy. Is
Yeah, okay.
my
All
opinion.
right. Thank
We don't
you.
want to down anybody's uh,
Right.
product, because when we take a product, when we individually take a product, it is going to do, that product will do for us
What we
what
create,
we
what we
believe it's
believe.
going to do for us.
Right. So medical marijuana, if we believe it's for our health, it's going to support us in being healthy.
Anything. It's
And it
like I was talking to a person. I know we're deviating from the affirmation right now, but I think this is an important deviation. I told him, he goes to do the EE system. He was doing the Therapy system. He told me about this gentleman who stayed doing the EE system for a whole week. He had cancer. He had come from Florida, went to do the EE system, stayed there a week, uh, faithfully doing it, following the directions. And when he went back in a week, he was cancerless. He did not have cancer, it was gone. I told him, I said, that's because when he went there, he had the intention
to get rid.
of coming back without it.
Right.
Totally cured by it. So I told him, I said, it's not about the systems, it's not about the medicine, it's not about all these things, that we're taking, probiotics, prebiotics, all these different types of vitamins and all that kind of stuff. That's wonderful. Don't get me wrong. It's wonderful. However, the main healer of yourself
Is you.
is you.
Right. Right.
That man healed himself. It wasn't the EE system that healed him. He believed he was going to be healed by that system. So therefore, he was healed.
Right.
Told you about my friend Marcia. I told this years ago on the podcast. But I remember Marcia, who's no longer with us now, uh, she came to our class, metaphysical class, and she said, I had a headache. And we said, oh, you did? She said, yes. And then she said, I looked in my medicine cabinet. I had no aspirin. I had no products that were there to eliminate my headache. So she said, what I did was I took a vitamin. I stood in front of the mirror in the bathroom. I raised that vitamin up and I said, this is a pill to get rid of my headache. So she changed and focused her energy on this pill. Notice she didn't call it vitamin anymore. She said, this pill is getting rid of, not going to, but getting rid of my headache. She swallowed that sucker, and we were looking at her for, well, what happened, Marcia? She said my headache was gone.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess, what I'm learning too is um, making sure that the audience, that I explain things in a clearer way, because sometimes, like you always get ahead of your skis, like you're thinking faster or you're speaking faster than you're thinking or vice versa, whatever like that. And I'm not claiming that or anything. I'm just thinking, like one of the things that now I'm going concrete random again. Uh, when I get in the tub, I will get out with intent, and whatever I have released, I'm saying it's going down the drain and it's gone. I
Absolutely.
get out of that tub.
But
So
you know what? Everything happens for a reason.
mm,
Because if you hadn't said what you said, we wouldn't have been able to talk about this part. You see, that it's about us. This whole thing today, this tool, the biggest tool is ourselves.
Also, yep.
We're the biggest tool because we create the situation.
And we can
We got
end
to
it.
go ahead, say it, Kathy.
And we can end it. And that's what I was getting to with, with my participant that just they have to eat vegetables, but you have to work on. You were talking about you have to find out why you don't want to do things, the
Absolutely.
blockages, and that's what I was trying to get to. What do you want? If you want to hold on to something, then don't change your thoughts and emotions. If you want to get rid of something or you no longer want to experience that, then change your thoughts and your emotions and do the QDRs to do that, or write them and write the affirmations to further that along.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And maybe we need to have a class on how to write affirmations because affirmations, you want to write them because you're talking to energy. It's like you can say, I am fearless, or I'm experiencing being fearless. See, the energy doesn't see the less, the less after that word fear. It connects to fear. So it's really going to, so you got to learn how to write for energy.
And that's what I was saying before with the other example, I'm happy with my body, but we're telling you, we're working on QDRs to remove a condition that you are experiencing, but you're confusing, you're happy. Okay, but you're going to keep it.
Right, right, right. So I think we did something, one of our podcasts, maybe some months back, dealt with the language of energy. And
Yeah.
highly suggest to the audience that you look that up again, shifting impressions, and put in how do you talk to energy or something like that. I don't remember the
Yeah, it
exact
was very
title.
similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
The
highly
language of
suggest.
energy. Yeah, the language of energy.
So the review is we've taught you the 7 words. We've taught you how to do a QDR. We've taught you how to begin to write your affirmations. And we may set up another thing later on, but next week, I think is when Alan comes on.
Alan is on. So the audience really needs to, if they want to be in the show, and be able to talk to Alan, and really be in the class as it's being taught and get feedback, then please look. They're going to have the little thing, or what do you call that little? What's the little box they will have? Well, anyway, the information is going to be right here on the podcast. Just shoot your camera on your phone and register, or type it in and register. I'll go to TTR and register. That's all. Uh, that's where we have it, right? Is it on our website too, Greta?
I'm not sure, but if it isn't, we'll put it up there real quick. But
Okay.
mainly, we're using Transformation Talk Radio for the advertisement of it. So please, like Kathy said, this is a opportunity to be with Alan Steinfeld, and he's an expert in teaching remote viewing and doing remote viewing. And what is the advantage of learning remote viewing? The advantage of is that you can go when you do those out of body experiences, you'll be able to move without any type of fear. And knowing that you did that instead of saying, oh God, look what happened to me. So you're going to know how to deal with those types of situations. And so this is really good for those people who have been having out of body experiences and want to have more control over that. So, Kathy, I'm going to let you take us out because I know we're past time.
I'm going to take us out. So next week is Alan, and the following week is Alan, and it's 2-hour tapings. So we'll be taping from 4 to 6 that Thursday.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time, and the 11th Eastern Standard. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Just go on, just click the link because I'm tired. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And we'll plant you now and dig you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Once again, thanks for joining us at Shifting Impressions, Conversations with the Realm of Beings on TransformationTalkRadio.com. As you have explored today's creation of reality experience with the realm and me, Greta, each of you is being supported by us in further developing the understanding that you are not just an individual existing in linear time and space, but a multi-dimensional force of infinite possibilities who is connected to all. So begin to create the realities you want. Join us every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Shifting Impressions at TransformationTalkRadio.com. So long until we create each other again next Friday.